What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. So we're going to jump right into today's video. I have some good news and I have some bad news for the channel. I guess we'll start with the good news. The turbo that you have all been waiting for should be going in the truck this weekend. Now the bad news is I normally upload on Sunday mornings. I don't plan on changing that this weekend. And it is currently a Saturday afternoon, so that means I'm probably not getting the turbo installed, video filmed, edited, and uploaded this weekend for you guys to watch, which means you guys are going to have to wait for the turbo install to next weekend, but I can almost guarantee you that is going to be the video for next weekend. So what are we going to be doing today? It's going to be a whole lot of different things, a lot of things that needed to get done. So starting off, it has probably been about a month since the old girl has gotten a bath, and she is in much need of some cleaning. Absolutely disgusting. Don't judge me too hard. For any of you guys that are aware of the Pacific Northwest, it rains all the time, and so there's not a real good time to do cleaning. So we're going to get that done, finally get her clean, even though it's going to be raining again here sometime soon. It'll make me feel better to know that she was at least washed in the recent future. Second is going to be taking care of that. If you guys saw the video when I installed the wheels and tires, you'll know that the front hubcaps don't fit on because of the hubs, or the locking hubs up front. So I got the cutout wheel big enough to cut out around the hub, and we'll be installing those. Once we have all that done and the old girl's looking nice and clean and pretty again, it is time to do the baseline performance testing before we do the install of the turbo. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do this or not, but I figured might as well. Some of you guys may be interested in doing that. So I think we're going to do like some 0 to 60 times, maybe some 30 to 60 times. I don't plan on beating on the truck too much, but get some baseline numbers, maybe get some exhaust temperature numbers, max boost numbers, just kind of the general baseline stuff before we install the new turbo and can see how big of a difference it actually made. If you guys are good and watch till the end of the video, I will give you all the full reveal of all the new shiny powder coated parts. I gave a little bit of a teaser on it in the last video, but this time I'll actually show you the full setup and how good it actually looks. I think it turned out absolutely phenomenal. So if you stay to the end, you get a little treat there. So that's going to be today's video. Nothing too crazy, but life of a YouTuber, I needed to get a video done and uploaded for you guys so you guys can watch something this weekend. And it's a lot of stuff that needs to get done, so I figured I would take you along with it. Let's get to washing the truck. Alrighty guys, she's all nice and clean. She's definitely not perfect, but she's a million times better than what she was. So that makes me feel a little bit better, a little less ashamed of driving around just an absolutely filthy truck. I'm sure it's going to be pretty darn dirty within the next few days, but it should be still better than what it was. So now it's time to move on to the hubcaps. So moving on to the hubs, like I said, I have hubcaps for the front, but they didn't fit over the top of the hubs, and I really didn't want to cover up the hubcaps themselves, or didn't want to cover up the locking hubs themselves, because I don't want, if I have to lock it, I didn't want to have to take the hubcaps all the way off just to lock it. So I already have a measurement, but it doesn't hurt to double check. I did this quite a while ago, measuring it. So we'll double check. I think it should be about 3.5 inches, which that's the wrong side of the ruler. So 3.5 inches. Actually, I said cut 3.5 because it's just about 3.25, which it looks like it is. So that should leave us about 1/8 of an inch on each side. So I think I'm going to do 3.5 inches on the hubs, and they should fit pretty darn good. We got the 2 front hubcaps here. Like I said, going to end up, hopefully that's not too loud, but like I said, going to end up drilling out the middle of these. Get the ruler here. Should be plenty of room. Yeah, so unfortunately we're probably going to lose almost all of the Hostile emblem in the middle, which I kind of like, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go through, try to find center on these the best that I can, and then start drilling. Alrighty, there we go. We got the hubcaps on. I think they turned out pretty good. The hubs are pretty well centered inside of there. Yeah, I think that just kind of cleans up the whole front end of it a little bit. Makes it just look a little bit nicer. As a whole, having the truck clean and having that done, I think it looks a whole heck of a lot better right now. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. But I think it just kind of makes it look a little more finished on the front end. Maybe I'll do a picture side by side of the two so you can kind of see what it looks like, or get a good idea of the look between the two. I think it looks a lot better. So now I think the last thing we have left to do is the performance testing inside the truck, going for a drive. Camera doesn't show it very well, but we're losing light here pretty quickly. Thankfully, the monitor's all lit up, so that shouldn't matter too much. So we're going to go do some tests and see what kind of numbers we're looking at. We're probably not going to do anything too extensively, but we'll take a look at it and see how it does. Alright guys, as you can see, we are sitting in the truck. Let it warm up a little bit. It should be pretty good to go now. I am going to be switching you guys over to the GoPro, which means the audio and video quality is going to go down a little bit, especially video now that it's starting to get pretty dark. Hopefully the video won't be too pixelated or grainy, but it will be a little bit. You guys should still be able to see the gauges all right. As I think as of right now, I'm probably just going to do a few 0 to 60 tests and then a max boost test, see what numbers we hit on that. The roads are a little wet right now, so I expect we might be spinning the tires a little bit. We'll see. I'll do some boosted launches on it, but my transmission is still stock, so I'm not going to be beating on it too hard. Either way, we're going to see what numbers we put down. I'll switch you guys over to the GoPro now. Alright, you guys are on the GoPro. Hopefully you can hear me alright. I know the audio isn't great. I think you guys should be able to see the gauges alright based on what I can tell. For you guys' reference, we have EGTs up here on the top middle, and we have our boost numbers right down below it. So we're going to see, those are kind of the two main ones, and then I think we can also do 0 to 60 testing on this monitor itself. So I'm going to go drive a little bit, actually get up to full operating temperature or close to it, and then we'll do some tests. Try not to get pulled over. Alright guys, we're going to do 0 to 60 test here. I think I should have a long enough straightaway. So we'll put it in there. And now we got it set up. It should show our speed up there and our time up there. Speed up on the top left, time up on the top right. I think I'm going to launch it around 1500 RPMs. And I probably won't mash the pedal. I'll ease into it a little bit, but we'll see what it does. Most likely we're going to overboost and hit 25 PSI, but we'll see. tires on that one. And we overboosted. We got the check engine light for that, or the service engine light for that. Not surprised there. Turn around here. But 7.2 seconds, not all that bad for a 7,500 pound vehicle, maybe closer to 8,000 pounds. I'd say that's pretty good. We'll do another test and see what it gets. And we're good to go. I don't see any vehicles around. Seconds, not bad. Again, we overboosted. I'm not quite mashing the pedal, easing into it a hair, but we are going full throttle pretty quickly. I think I'll do one more test on that where we're actually timing it, and then I'll do a test where you guys can see the EGTs and the boost. Alright, so we got 7.2 and 6.8, so we should see another one right around there. We'll give it one more test, and then we'll do a shot of just the gauges itself so you can see that. Alright, so we'll come to a stop, go to the performance setting, check 0 to 60. Alrighty, here goes test number 3. We spun the tires bad on that one. Yep. Alright, so 7.3. And we spun pretty bad on that one. I can tell you what, the transmission doesn't love that. Not shifting super great. I laughed that one pretty darn hard. But I think it's safe to say that if I hadn't have spun the tires, we would have been right around the 7-second mark. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we're hitting right around 7 seconds, 0 to 60. Alright, so now we'll do one more test going on just the gauges. Alrighty, so just a quick reminder, we got EGT, exhaust temperatures at the top middle, and our boost is right below that. Make sure there's no cars around. I'm probably not going to launch this one quite as hard. That's 60. As you can see, I can't say for sure, but I think we hit just over 1,000 degrees and we overboosted the truck again, which I expected. But I think those are our baseline numbers. So I'm going to head back to the house and I'll see you guys back in the garage. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are the test numbers for the stock turbo on the truck. To be honest, I'm actually pretty darn happy with it. I think it did pretty good. It was faster than I expected. By no means is it fast. I mean, it's close to an 8,000 pound truck, but I think averaging it out, we're probably right around 7 seconds for 0 to 60 time, which isn't terrible. As far as boost numbers go, we maxed it out at 25 psi every single time, and tripped the overboost code. Now, something I'll be curious about is on the new turbo. Obviously, we're going to be boosting higher than that, and we're going to have the boost fooler on it. So the truck's not going to be defueling once we hit 25 psi. So that means I would imagine that not only is it going to be going or getting more boost, which is more power, but it's not going to be defueling and should make it a good amount faster, because it seemed like we were hitting we were over boosting right around 40 miles an hour every time. So I think the ceiling is quite a bit higher than what it's actually showing. Now, that being said, I'll say my transmission didn't seem to be liking those harder launches. So I don't know how hard I'm going to be pushing it with the new turbo. I have the budget right now, or I have the money put aside for a new built transmission. I just don't really want to pay for it yet. So we'll see. But either way, the whole setup that's going on in the truck should make it a pretty good amount faster. All in all, I think the truck's going to be sitting in the high 300s, probably 350 to 380 horsepower range, which isn't crazy, but with some pretty respectable numbers for a 20-year-old truck. So it'll be interesting to see how the numbers compare once the new turbo's in the truck. Like I said, if you guys made it this far in the video, I promised you I would show you guys the whole powder coating shindig, all the parts that got powder coated that are going on the truck. I have them sitting out right in front of me right now, and they look freaking good. So, without further ado, it's time for you guys to see just how gorgeous this powder coating turned out. Here you guys go.